seems to be my luck that I keep bumping into these small little barn sheds that only contain one car. But luckily, we always have something to take the spot on hoist too if we keep bumping into those. We shall call it the lucky day. Welcome to the channel, welcome to this video, episode 4 of Forgotten Wheel Finds. That is right, we have had a couple of these already on the go, and I gotta say, a lot of them have been sort of the vintage cars that we've been coming across a little bit, so I'm hoping something a little different today, but of course we're just visiting barns, cannot predict what kind of beauties we're gonna find. It's all random here, so it should be fun. I just want to say, if you haven't checked out the latest episodes, make sure you go back, check out 1, 2, and 3, but here we go, we're going for number 4. Let's dive right in. Let's pick somewhere. I don't know where we want to go. Where do we want to go? Let's go right here. Yes, sirree. Let's get started. All right, spawning in right at the door, and oh, okay. We're not really in a barn. This more looks like a small garage, but look at this little thing here to greet us right away. Oh, wow. Okay, and this looks like a fantastic thing. This is gonna be a lot of fun to play with. Look at this. And it's mostly it is all here. Excellent. Wow. Okay. Well, let's check. No engine there. Yeah, of course. This is the old school. We gotta go in the back here, and yes, sir, we got an engine. Wow, this is gonna be really interesting to take apart, put on the hoist, and see what she's all about. So if you haven't noticed or do not know what this is, yes, the Volkswagen Beetle. And let's see, car value 12.5K. All right, that's pretty good. Car price, so we're pretty much priced for what it's worth. This is gonna be awesome. So let's take this car back to the garage, and I just want to say I'm pretty sure I have a little hidden gem down in the parking that we'll bring also to the garage, and we'll have a double car episode for this one. Let's get going. Coming back into the garage, as you can see, we do have a second car in here, kind of pulled out from the air magically, and that's going to be something we'll take a look at in a moment. But first, we do have the main feature here, which is this Volkswagen Beetle, which I gotta say is in pretty good shape. Like, I got some rusting going on here, but at least all the parts are there. So this is definitely going to be a fun little car to see how they built this and how she's all making out here, because we got the engine here in the back, which makes sense. But now I'm kind of curious what that's going to look like once we get it on the hoist, and I'm pretty sure this is going to shape out to be a nice little car in the end. So let's take a look at what we have over here, and of course I'll give you guys a few seconds to take your guesses, but I'm pretty sure it stands out all on its own, and that is a Bugatti Chiron. Yes, that's right. Now this one is in pretty banged up shape. This is something I actually have found on my own time in the junkyard, but man, the mileage was just perfect, and you can't pass up when you come across a Bugatti. So we're definitely going to fix this one up along with the Volkswagen Beetle, and it's quite the combination and duo we'll have in here. As you can see, we'll go back here actually for a quick second. Just the price difference here. Look at that. This one is definitely going to fetch some coin, but that's if I choose to sell it or not. And you know what? If we got a Bugatti in the parking lot, I think we might have to keep it there. We'll see what this Volkswagen Beetle fetches afterwards, because we do know it actually is worth about 12.5K. So we're definitely going to have some fun here in the garage. Let me start tearing these up. Let me get them on the hoist, and we'll see what we're looking like once we have some stuff done on them. So we're about the halfway point with these two beauties. We got them both parted out, and basically we have just concentrated on the back ends of these cars, as the advantage of actually having these two particular cars is the engines are both in the rear of the vehicle. So that's going to make it kind of an advantage for us to take a look and compare. So right now we'll take a look first at the Volkswagen Beetle. Let's not get too close here. And as you can see, everything is brand new. I put it all back together. And the one thing that's kind of sticking out right away for me is the exhaust system. It's kind of going everywhere, as you got like the front exhaust section right here. You got a couple of V8 mufflers are sort of just dangling at the back, but you know what, it's not the worst thing in the world about this car at all. It's just something that's there, but it doesn't make it hard to take apart or get confused in when you're looking at it. And as you can see here, and one thing I do want to point out is we are using rear suspension kits in the back. Yes, we got the solid axles here going right through the transmission, which is kind of proper, so it does make sense. Other than that, it was very easy to take apart. The exhaust did not do anything to hamper my ability to get right in there and take it all apart. No confusion at all. So let's move over to this beautiful Bugatti. And as you can see, we got some beautiful rims on here. But we'll get over into this section. And once again, We have rear suspension for the rear, so that's always a good thing. And as you can see, the axles kind of just go right here to the engine. They don't clip it, but that's as far as they go. But that's rear axles for you, and it can't really do too much when you have an engine right in the rear of your car, so that is understandable, at least for me. And as you can see, we've got the other rim here, but I'm trying to get a beautiful picture of this V12. Can we get into it? I don't know if we are going to be able to. I really got to show it off. It'll probably be a little bit better if we get it onto the ground, but we got a beautiful V12 in here. So this car is definitely going to rip apart the track. As you can see, no problems with the exhaust. They didn't add any extra exhaust to it, so there's no like confusion on anything. Pipes running all over the place. So it's up to you. Let me know down in the comments section below. What do you think? Is the V12 here in the Bugatti a little bit more easier to work with because it didn't include all the exhaust system, or does having the exhaust here add a little bit of customization and features to a car, and it doesn't do too bad of getting away in the engine? You let me know. I think either or were both easy to weigh with once up on the hoist. Other than that, let me work on the front here really quick and get these cars on the ground so we can piece them back together. So just finishing up with these two beauties, I'm starting with the Beetle here, and I was just trying to buy a few windows that was needed, and I got the part list all pulled up here, and as you can see, we got a couple of bumper selections here for the front and back, but other than that, there's not too much customization involved with the Beetle. But you know, Volkswagen Beetle, you kind of just want that classic look anyways for this car. It's a basic one if you want to have it into your garage and you're a Volkswagen fan. Other than that, that's what this little car looks like. All finished up. I think I'm gonna change this blue around, maybe brighten it up a little bit, maybe go white. I don't know if we want to go with the Herbie car or not. We'll see if there's any liveries in the paint job as well. And here's where we're gonna have a fancy transition into the Bugatti. And fancy transition complete. So here we are with the part list for the Bugatti, and as you can see, there's a little bit more selection to come with this car. A couple of headlight selections, everything, front bumpers, back bumpers, just a whole little bit of selection here. So this Bugatti has a lot of customization to truly make it your own. I'm gonna sit here and buy a few parts here. I'm not going to quite show you what this Bugatti looks like until it's out here with a fresh coat of paint and all the parts on it, but definitely a car with lots of customization. All right, so it has become time for the great reveals. We walk through these big old paint doors, and there they are, the nice fresh Bugatti and the Volkswagen Beetle, and they look fantastic. But of course, we'll go with this one, a little bit undershadowed from the Bugatti, but still a great looking car, this Beetle. I really did enjoy working on it. We had no problems at all installing parts for the body or working on the engine. Like I said, the only thing I could find for the engine was a bit of the exhaust going all over the place, but it did not hamper me from being able to work on this car. It was still really easy, and as you can see, I kind of went with the vintage green color on it just to complete out its sort of vintage look. And we'll pull up the stats here. So we got 103 horsepower, as I had a few extra aftermarket parts that just attached to the engine, just laying around when I was rebuilding it. But we did buy this car for just over $12,000, and now got a car value of $25,000. This car was actually a really easy flip, so you're looking for really easy flip cars that you could possibly find in jobs or in junkyards. I think this is a recommendation I would go for, as long as you can get past the exhaust. Now, the ultimate prize, the Bugatti, is looking fantastic. And once again, this car was really easy to work with. The only problems I did have is when you're sitting on a ground level and you're trying to get to the engine. I can get to the engine cover, but if you're trying to touch to the engine, it's really hard for the mouse to actually be able to grab where the engine is and being able to pull it up. I was only able to really do that once I got it up on the hoist and I went through the suspension and then was able to grab into the engine. So even with the parts off, it's still a little difficult to get that sort of sensitivity where it is. It's a very small area. Other than that, I did find this car in a junkyard on my own time, and I think I paid about $300,000. So let's go look at the total stats for this one. And as you can see, I'm now sitting at a $2 million car. This is a fantastic car, and we got over 1,300 horsepower. I don't even know how I'm going to handle this on the track, but I'm sure we're going to have a good laugh here once I get into it and take it to a track and try to say goodbye to everybody. So let me go do that. Let's go sit in this bad boy first, and let's just sort of soak in this whole car. Wow, Just fantastic. As always, links will be down in the description, and shout outs to all the creators that take their time and work fantastically on all these cars. And yes, I might have made up a word there, but that's just the way it goes when you're working with all these mod cars, and they're just awesome. All right, let's get to the track. All right, so here we are at Daytona. As I think this is really the only track that's going to be able to handle a 1300 horsepower Bugatti. So let's hit the exhaust here. Oh man, I don't even know how this is going to work out, but you know, we will see. Wow. Okay, come on, baby. It sounds like a Formula One car. This is ridiculous. Kind of like that mosquito sound, but you know, we're at Daytona, so it should be able to handle it. I don't know, I might wipe out here and do the traditional Sidescape flip. This is something. Wow, let's see how we can get this thing going here. Got a bit of a straightaway. Might be able to pump 400 kilometers. You know, I am Canadian. We do measure in kilometers over here. And oh, I might be able to hold it. All right, well, so much for a $2 million Bugatti. I just scratched the heck out of it. So let's put some brakes. And oh, please don't wipe out. Look at that. Oh, okay. Calm down. We're looking good. All right, everybody. So that's all I got. This was a fun car. This was a great video. If you did like it, please drop that thumbs up, as it always helps out. Other than that, everyone, I hope you're staying safe and healthy out there. And I can't wait to see you in episode 5. Take care, everyone, and have yourself a good one. Thank you for checking out this video, and if you haven't done it already, a thumbs up is always appreciated. As well, make sure you subscribe for more future gaming content. And if you're after some live streaming action, you could always find me streaming a variety of games on Twitch at Sidescape. Other than that, everybody, I wish you well and take care. Till the next time, I've been Sidescape.